last time on Abandoned Comfort,
we told you how long it's been since we've been off the dock. A year. Next, we gave you the financial transparency we promised, showing it doesn't take much money to achieve this lifestyle. Lastly, we told you our budget for cruising the Caribbean starting at the end of this year and how we'll fund the adventure. So what are we doing today?
So we are sailing and we're gonna go to Manatee River. It's right past the Skyway Bridge and we're gonna anchor out. Put in all the waypoints. We are here.
how many times have you drawn a route?
Probably never.
Okay. What's the reasoning for drawing out the route, other than getting familiar with knowing where you're going?
So we don't get off course, don't go into, 2 feet accidentally.
What would happen if some crazy summer fog rolled in out of nowhere? How would you navigate?
Well, we have a set course.
Okay,
So we just turn it on and make sure to stay on that course. If we didn't, then we'd be driving blind.
How do you feel about today?
Better. So last night I was extremely nervous.
So why are you nervous?
Because this is the first time that just us are going out.
It's just me and you taking out the boat.
Yep.
All
and
right.
I'm fine with sailing, it's just leaving this damn dock.
So we're running through our boat checks, and of course, something that we didn't expect at all is broken, or temporarily broken. And that's our lovely Chartplotter. That took us forever to install because we had no idea what we were doing with electrical, but this thing has worked like 9 or 10 times now, and there hasn't been a problem. So we have something strapped in front of it, which I have found to be more reliable than this antiquated piece of crap. We got our iPad here. Now I know this is like a huge heated debate, and I think that's fine if we keep things civil. But I believe, now that I've owned both, that having 2 or 3 iPads is a better solution than having a standalone Chartplotter and like an iPad as a backup. And my reasoning is like tenfold. I mean, this technology is far superior, costs a tenth of what this costs, and it's 1,000 times more reliable. Steve Jobs was genius. What we do for the iPad is we have avionics on it. We have a Bad Elf GPS. So what this allows us to do is never have to search for service on the iPad itself. We have no bars of service here, as you can see. Now we don't need that because the GPS that's standalone by itself will transmit where we're at to this. So as you can see, it shows our arrow right there. We're not connected to Wi-Fi, we're not connected to regular cellular service or anything. So the Bad Elf GPS, again, not paid. Like we said, we'll tell you we're getting paid to promote something. But this thing is awesome. So I'm curious what you guys think. The iPad versus the standalone Chartplotter debate. Our vote is for the iPad. The next thing is Kelsey is going to tighten the aft spring line. Let's talk about this aft line right here.
Attach this line to our beautiful PVC pipe line holder. So that means when we are coming back in, I will grab a hook, I'll ably grab the line, I'll bring it forward and reattach it to mid-cleat, and that will stop us from forward momentum.
Alright, here we have it. The angle. Tie it in. I don't think this is going to move at all because the bottom of it is where all of the weight is and it has this ledge. So no matter how far heeled over we are, I really don't think it's going to move. The other thing is we have this secret guy back here, which we're going to tell you about a little bit later. So essentially what this is, it's our inverter and a lithium battery bank that we're pretty much going to power everything off of while we're off the grid. But again, we'll tell you about that a little bit later.
It's just charging.
In typical marine fashion, everybody and their mother is staring. Boat is leaving. Oh my god. We must watch. It's brutal. Luckily this will be our last stint. That is the yard and anchoring forever.
passing through your sky. Now you see the sun, oh, it's shining down. Where it was dark, now there is light. Yeah, yeah, you're fighting through the shadows in your soul. Ooh, what used to be is not there anymore. Oh, suddenly it's right, what used to be so wrong. The love that you put in is coming back so strong. And you never felt like this way before. Been drifting in the sea, you finally reached the shore.
He is at the helm. Well done.
Yeah, babe.
Go ahead and throttle down, clutch head. We got some wind. Heck yeah. Happy sounds. Let's unfurl this bad boy, eh?
Hey, let's unfurl her. One knot. So we have the perfect
1.3.
direction,
1.3.
but there's just not enough to go over there.
It was so nice. No loud diesel engine. I'm feeling a 1.6. Come on. Come on.
Oh, feel the wind. Great
1.6.
steering technique.
1.6. Oh my. 1.7. 1.7. Oh my gosh. We are coming out.
Is it holding at 1.7?
Yeah. 1.7 sustained all day. 1.8. Shut off the camera because we're getting crazy here. Oh my gosh, I am over the moon right now. Where are we going at? What are we making?
6 knots.
Woo! What would you say the wind speed is right now? Our window meter, anemometer, I don't even know what it's called. The one that measures the apparent wind is not working. So we're kind of guesstimating. It's probably 10 or 11, and we're capturing 6. I think this is pretty good. I don't know. We still don't know what the hell we're doing, but God, this is awesome. We're in the middle of our first deck. That was easy.
We're flying.
Heck yeah.
It's a good speed. It's a comfortable speed for me.
6.2 there for a second. All right, music time.
Finally made your way back to the sun. Oh yeah, you finally made your way back to the sun.
We are almost to the bridge, and you can see that we have all of our sails in. That is because when we went to tack to get a little bit closer to the bridge, I overcompensated and turned the wheel too far, and then turned it again too far to the other side. So we ultimately started almost going in the complete opposite direction back towards home.
So the other reason why we didn't want to tack our way through the bridge is because we had this beast bearing down on us. Sails are coming back out though.
So we are gonna do a test anchor before we actually anchor for the first time with just us.
We're anchoring in the bay right now. We're anchoring right in front of our approach to our anchorage for the night. And I was thinking it's probably best, I mean, it's a little choppy out here, but there's no one around. Let's go ahead and just do a run through and anchor out here before we actually get into the anchorage. There's a little bit of boat traffic and stuff, but we're only gonna have the hook down for maybe 5 minutes.
So we'll drop anchor. I will put out 70 feet about. I will then snub it, let him know.
And then I'm gonna come back on the engine and we'll set. All right, cool, let's go ahead and do it.
Ryan's ready to get a new partner to go sailing with because I suck. We did a practice of us anchoring and started pretty good and it's fine, and we got to that point where he was ready to back down, and it kept on paying out more even though I snubbed it. So I was snubbing it as hard as I can, but clearly not that strong, guys. So Ryan had to come up and remind us to use our handy dandy tool that we have and stick it in right here. So then we stick it in here, forces it to snub as hard as possible. So then he re-backed down again and we were secure.
Get it on board, sailor.
On!
Look how dirty, look how dirty it is.
Woo!
Man, that thing's set. Woo! Alright, it is 9 o'clock. We just reset the anchor because it just didn't feel right, and we feel 1,000 times better.
We had about 2 minutes until the sun went down.
Yeah,
we just made it.
If that. So now we're having, what are we having, Kelsey?
I don't know. Quinoa, turmeric, butternut squash, kale.
And what's the most important part of the meal?
But this is what really tastes great. It's not
really
our favorite beer at all, but it's ice cold.
These leftover beers from my dad, stealing dad's beers. Scott will be coming tomorrow with some red ales. Woohoo.
Our favorites, amber ales.
Yep.
And stouts.
Alright,
Orders.
good night.
Night, guys.
Good morning, guys. Relatively uneventful first night at anchor. It was extremely hot. It's the end of June now in Florida summer, so can't really expect much more than that. We had to pull up the anchor once already to reset it because it keeps running aft of the boat because of the current here. Current and the wind, and again, we're still trying to figure out what we're doing, so doesn't hurt to do another anchor drop and see how we do with it. The catamaran that was behind us over here just left, so we're gonna go ahead and hop up and grab their spot. Got our first patron on board. We got some goodies for him. Stickers, a wallet. Here you go, sir.
All right, thank you.
Welcome aboard.
So we were paying about $50 a month to get our hull cleaned every month in the marina. And since we're going to be leaving soon, we decided to stop the last 2 months. So both the guys, I got cleaning the hull. Looks like a fruit, yeah. Yeah, it's a coconut.
I thought it was gonna float by. I thought it was a crab pot at first. Yeah. Man, this current is ripping. It is.
You're never gonna stop, you're never gonna cease. You fell so many times, but got back off your knees. And now it's time to show them what you really mean. The dreams inside your heart, what you always believed. Cause suddenly it's right, what used to be so wrong. The love that you put in is coming back so strong. And you never felt like this way before. Been drifting in the sea, you finally reached the shore.
Alright, so as we can see, it takes less time to fold up a porta boat than it does for me to tie up a line. Let's go ahead and stow her. She's stowed and ready to go. And a clear foredeck.
So we are heading back over to St. Pete area. We were going to head towards Egmont today and anchor out over there. But the winds are just not in our favor and they're pushing us back to St. Pete, so that's where we're gonna head.
So how was the first weekend anchoring?
It was hot, but it was awesome. But we did embrace comfort last night and get sushi.
That's right. Sushi was delicious.
It was well worth it.
Yeah, we earned
Ice
it.
water.
Yes.
Yeah, how many pitchers did we ask for?
We asked for 3, I think, and we used all 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
3 pitchers of ice water in like 35 minutes.
We finished a whole pitcher and they were like, oh, you guys must be really thirsty. Yeah. Going under the skyway, under sail. It's our first time doing that.
Made your way back to the sun. Oh, you finally made your way back to the sun. Yeah. Oh, you say you're gonna make it. You're glad that you faced it. Your only way out is through. Those years you were trying, tears you were crying, just to get back to you. Finally made your way back to the sun. Oh, hey, you finally made your way back to the sun.
I'm on a river that winds on forever. Follow till I get where I'm going. Maybe I'm heading to die, but I'm still gonna try. I guess I'm going